With premium high-end credit cards having quite the hyper focus in 2025, and later this week, us finally get the official look at the $895 American Express Platinum. This has pivoted me to look at my overall travel credit card setup, especially my Citi Strata Elite. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the Citi Strata Elite, which is easily one of the most down-talked premium travel credit cards, and talk about the things that I've really loved over the last 2 months of having this card in my wallet. Just about 2 months prior to this video, the Citi Strata Elite was announced to directly compete with the American Express Platinum, Venture X, as well as the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And coming with a $595 price tag and taking the American Express playbook, offering credits to assist in offsetting the annual fee, it got quite the hate here in the social media credit card points and miles space. But me personally, guys, when I objectively looked at it, it was a credit card that piqued my interest and I applied and was approved for that 100,000 point sign up bonus. Now, I have hit said sign up bonus since then, and I've learned quite a few things about this credit card and how it adopts into my lifestyle, taking us into the first thing that I've really loved over the last 2 months, being the earning potential on the Citi Strata Elite. As an overall earner in my personal rotation, the Citi Strata Elite is definitely my dedicated dining credit card. While I do utilize it in other spending categories, the majority of spend that goes here is for dining. That's because I can expect to get 3x back throughout the week, and then a 6x city night promotion on Friday and Saturday from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Now, I was like 100% of the credit card points and miles game and was extremely off put when I saw the restrictions on that 6x multiplier. But when I objectively took a look at my overall spending habits when I was applying for the Citi Strata Elite, I noticed that 99.9% of the time that I'm actually dining out is going to be on Friday and Saturday. So essentially, every single Friday and Saturday that I eat out, I can expect to get 6x points back in Citi Thank You points, which is essentially the same as 6x back on American Airlines flights. And another way that I juice out even more credit card points and miles is by adding my Citi Strata Elite linked to my Built MasterCard account. This way, when I eat at a Built neighborhood dining program, which in Miami, Florida, we have quite the footprint of restaurants in this program, I not only capture the multiplier on my Citi Strata Elite, but I get an additional 2 to 3x back in Built MasterCard points. While this doesn't sound like a lot, guys, these little micro additions of Built MasterCard points add up over the span of 365 days. So if I consistently do this, I am going to be statically earning Built MasterCard points while stacking my Citi Thank You points at the same exact time on the same exact purchases. To show you guys the earning potential of the Citi Strata Elite, a couple weeks back, I attended a bachelor party where I was able to pay for 3 separate meals for the entire group just to make it a little bit easier on the server and to just get a little bit more credit card points. But I was able to do this, and on these 3 separate meals, paying for the entire group that I trust 100%, I was able to earn $78 worth of Citi Thank You points thanks to that 6x City Night promotion. And just to put it into perspective, this weekend alone, that has generated enough Citi Thank You points for a domestic one-way flight via American Airlines to either New York City or Las Vegas. So all in all, I'm having a blast with the Citi Strata Elite from an earning potential, and I see no reason that this is going to stop. Moving on to the second benefit that I've been absolutely loving with my Citi Strata Elite is the $300 hotel credit. This was another credit when initially announced that got extreme hate from the points and miles community because many people have issues spending money out of pocket on top of an additional credit. I personally love this credit because if you are someone that was planning on doing extra travel or even paying cash value out of pocket, this is essentially $300 off of said plan. And over the last couple months, I've really been wanting to take my father on a little staycation in Key West, Florida, because he really loves to fish. And this was the perfect opportunity to test out the Citi Travel Portal. Now, travel portals in general usually get a lot of hate from us in the community because you are essentially getting a worse dollar amount if you were to just pay in cash or on the actual hotel's website. But this was further from the truth from the Citi Travel Portal because I was able to get an even better deal on the Citi Travel Portal when I compared it to the World of Hyatt website and even via Chase Ultimate Reward Points. So I'm going to be staying at the World of Hyatt in Key West, Florida, that it runs about $295 a night. And I was able to get both nights via the Citi Travel Portal in a 2-bedroom villa for about $506. And when you subtract that $300 credit, all I had to supplement was $206. So for $206, I'm getting 2 nights in a 2-bedroom villa that if I was going to pay cash value via the World of Hyatt, it was going to cost me upwards of $600. So not only am I capturing a lower value, but the cherry on top, now I'm getting 12x back on my Citi Strata Elite, which adds even more value when I transfer those out to the American Airlines ecosystem. The last thing I needed to verify was, since this was a Hyatt property, what the value was in Chase Ultimate Reward points. Because the last thing I want to do is to be utilizing this $300 credit and then supplementing additional cash when I can get this for, let's say, 10,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points. But to my shock, the cents per point value was horrendous via the Chase Ultimate Reward points, as this $295 a night hotel was running about 40,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points. So when we compare the three alternate routes, the Citi Travel Portal, the cash value via World of Hyatt, and the Chase Ultimate Reward points, the Citi Travel Portal beat them by a landslide by around $100. So this was a no-brainer for me. And the best part is I get to double dip on this credit. Starting the January 1st, I will get an additional $300 credit for the 2026 calendar year. And again, depending on your specific scenario, this was just an afterthought and I did not personally do this. But if I really wanted to stay in this property and I didn't want to spend 1 cent out of my pocket, I could have essentially cashed out my Chase Ultimate Reward points at a 1 cent per point and supplemented the additional $200. And that was still a 50% reduction in comparison to the similar room via Chase Ultimate Reward points. So all in all, guys, the hotel credit for me personally has been a slam dunk. My first experience in the Citi Travel Portal has been nothing but great, and I can't wait to utilize this again starting January 1st when I get my second $300 hotel credit. Moving on to number 3, and another credit that got enormous levels of hate was the $200 Blacklane credit. Now, this credit is given to you in $100 allotments every 6 months, and I use it for my first time in my last international trip to Lisbon, Portugal. Now, again, this is just a personal thing, but one of the most frustrating things is after a 12 to 13-hour flight, having to find the rideshare area to call your Uber or Bolt. But one of the most convenient things is I booked a Blacklane in Lisbon to take us from the airport to our resort, and it was nothing but amazing. When I exited the baggage claim area, my Blacklane driver was waiting for me with a sign that had my name on it, and he walked me to a separate area of the airport where we took an elevator, which took us directly to his car. Legitimately, within 3 minutes, we were driving out of the airport, and we were in our resort within 15 minutes. This was nothing but a great experience, especially because I calculate this credit at about a 50% rate in regards to my effective annual fee. While it is an overpriced service that I wouldn't use otherwise, for me personally, the point of the credit card points and miles game is to utilize some of these kind of higher level things that we normally wouldn't at a lower cost out of pocket. So every time I travel internationally, I am able to order about 2 Blacklanes, and that will cover the $100 that I can use every 6 months. I had an amazing experience, guys. It did cut out time. Is it overpriced? Yes. But was it a great experience and something that I would definitely do again and have some value when I calculate my effective annual fee? The answer also is yes. Moving on to the last thing that I've done with my Citi Strata Elite, and something that added immense value to not only me, but my player two's life, is that $120 TSA and Global Entry credit. Now, I've always had a credit card in my rotation that has been able to get this for free, but being that I always travel with my wife, until both of us have been able to have it for free, it wasn't worth utilizing. And being that she has the IHG Premier that has this same exact credit, it was time to capitalize and both of us get the TSA and Global Entry credit for free. Now, this lasts for 5 years, and guys, when I tell you this adds crazy value and just overall convenience to your international travel plans, I'm not lying. When we returned from Lisbon, Portugal, Miami International Airport had legitimately a 2 to 3 hour line to enter back into the States. But with Global Entry, we were in and out within 3 minutes, and before we even were able to think, we were in our Uber back home. So this is a credit that can add insane amounts of convenience, as well as TSA pre-check when you are going through those pesky TSA lines. Both times that we utilized this since we got this card, we were in our airport lounge within legit 25 minutes of entering into the airport. So all in all, this is a credit that many people can capitalize on. And if you have other mid-tier credit cards like the IHG Premier, you can get this at a lesser value on a Forever Keeper card. But all in all, I'm loving this credit and every single other thing that we've talked about in the previous parts of the video. All in all, guys, the Citi Strata Elite has been a cheat code in my credit card rotation for the past 2 months, and I can't wait to continue to utilize it. And later this year, I'm going to release a video showing you guys how to use every single one of your Citi Strata Elite credits, as well as how long it takes for you to get reimbursed. But the moral of the story is don't be afraid to get a credit card that other people are talking down on, especially if it fits into your personal lifestyle great. The Citi Strata Elite has some credits that people hate, but I personally love, so I had no issue adding it to my rotation. But if you enjoyed this video, guys, feel free to smash that subscribe button as it directly supports my channel. And if you want another video on the Citi Strata Elite, I'll have one right here for you guys.